Welcome to the Fast Mode podcast series. I'm Tara Neil, and with me today is Ravi Karthik, Chief Growth Officer at ACT Fibernet. ACT Fibernet is India's third largest wired broadband ISP and the largest non telco ISP in the country. Ravi leads the company's end to end growth agenda across consumer and enterprise segments. With over 19 years of experience across consumer goods and digital commerce, Ravi has built and scaled high impact functions spanning marketing, sales, customer experience, insights, analytics, product, and growth. In December last year, ACT Fibernet was named the winner of the AI and GenAI Pioneer Award for Impact at the Fastmode Awards 2025 in partnership with solution provider Apricom. Welcome, Ravi. Great to have you on today's episode.
Thank you so much for having me here. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess, this is something that we all want to know. How do you guys feel? I mean, the team at ACT Fibernet, when you heard that you won the award.
Oh, we feel great, absolutely delighted and happy. And this is something that we have strongly believed in for a while. And we started working in this direction a couple of years ago. And there weren't too many people ahead of us. So we were figuring things out, creating things as we were going. And working with our partners to make sure the customer experiences the impact of it and the results plus the award together are validation that we are in the right direction. It's early days, but it's a great validation and we are absolutely thrilled.
Wow, that's really nice to hear. And you guys know that the winning solution was the ACT Smart Wi-Fi. So our listeners would like to know more about the solution and the technology behind this.
Absolutely. See, once I think just a little bit background. Post the pandemic, we started observing that the number of devices connected at home started shooting up, and number of live devices started exploding. And each of the devices were having different applications, whether it's streaming or gaming or video conferencing and 4K and cloud and so on. So the demand on Wi-Fi was huge, and just pumping in more bandwidth stopped giving better and better results. And Wi-Fi plus so much of interference because of your neighbors' Wi-Fi networks, the experience was patchy at best. So we knew we had to come up with a solution to help our customers. The way we approached this is we said, listen, we need to put some level of intelligence at the edge on the router or at the customer premise equipment, which will understand what is the application, what is the device, what is the layout of the home, and real time self heal, self optimize to get the best experience. So, our smart Wi Fi technology is essentially that it's a small client and an application that we have built in partnership with Apricom that sits on the customer premise equipment and understands the home network and optimizes it so that you get the best experience for whatever purpose you're using for. So if you're using for gaming, it'll optimize for latency and pings. If you're using for a 4K streaming, it'll optimize for bandwidth and so on and so forth. So that way, every device, every customer at every point in your home gets a great experience. So that's in sum, the technology behind this.
So I guess this is where AI and Gen AI come into play. I mean, specifically AI, right? Because the device has the intelligence to basically, like what you say, it self-optimize and it learns from the environment, learns from data, and then continuously optimizes, like learns from the environment where it's placed.
Yes. You're right. I think there are three aspects where this comes in. The first one is absolutely, as you called out, it learns the environment and optimizes for the environment. That's number one. Second is while there is a little bit of learning at the edge, as these agents are deployed across more than 1 million homes, there is a collective learning across the entire network that improves the intelligence of the agents that we feed back. So continuous improvement is happening not just at the edge, but also because of the collective learning. And third part is that we also learn your unique behaviors and patterns. So I know, for example, you come home every day after work, and let's say you switch on Netflix at 7 on your big 4K TV. So I know this pattern of yours, and hence I will keep a certain channel uninterrupted available for you so that you can have a seamless viewing experience. And at the end of the day, you should not feel like, oh my God, I've just come back from a busy day and I'm not getting a great viewing experience. So that's also taken care of. So all these aspects are the AI things that help improve our home Wi-Fi experience.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned about the collective intelligence, right? I think that's a great thing. So if there's a new customer who signs up for your service, they immediately benefit from what you guys have learned over the years, right?
Absolutely. I think you got right to the crux of it, which is whoever starts off and a new customer comes in is already starts at such high level of optimized Wi-Fi experience that they would immediately see the difference for their home network. And then over time, as the intelligence at the edge understands the particular layout of the house, the device usage patterns, etc., for that particular customer, it's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes, absolutely. So the award itself had a number of subcategories where you are evaluated, and I guess for ACT FiberNet, you guys won for impact, right, under the AI and Gen AI Pioneer Award. So let's talk about impact. So having this sort of capabilities is definitely a boon for the customers, but at the same time, I think this will be very advantageous, to an ISP like yourself. So shall we talk about the impact, to the market and to the stakeholders?
Oh, absolutely. Our first and most important stakeholders are our customers, and the impact is quite there from day one, which is we are able to improve the home Wi-Fi throughput and the home Wi-Fi quality of experience score that we measure. So in that sense, what happens is that for every device is now able to get much more for the application that it is using, and hence the quality of experience is going up. So when we are looking at, let's say, how well was streaming performing, your streaming applications performing before this, and how well the streaming application is performing better, we are able to see almost a 20-25% improvement across. So overall, our customers are getting better Zoom calls, better Google calls, better podcasts, better 4K streaming, better conference calls with their family, or even gaming for that matter. So the impact is really tangible, and customers are feeling it. That's a one level of it. And I think the second part of it is the self healing and self optimizing part. Earlier, if something happens, the customer would have to kind of raise a ticket, reach out to us, reach out to our technical team at the back end, which will help solve them. So there would be a certain amount of friction and maybe customer pain. But now, due to this aspect of intelligence being placed, there are two things that are happening. First is because of the optimization, the number of bad experiences are lower on an average, so customers reaching out to us is lower. And even when the customers do reach out, I am able to have a view of the problem the customer is having because I am able to see what's happening inside the home. Often, what happens, you are in a meeting between say 2 and 5 p.m. and you have a call, and that's going on, a Zoom call or a conferencing, and you have patchy experience. Then after the meeting is over, by around 6 o'clock, you call us, and then we look at your network and say, "Hey, it looks like everything is okay." And you'd be like, "Yes, everything is okay now, but it wasn't at 4 when I was having a meeting." Now, those are real problems, but now, due to this client data and the visibility, we are able to see exactly what happened during the meeting that you experienced and see what was it because of, whether it's something inside your home, something because of your network, we could do something better, different, and then bring that back into our learning. so that we can optimize it better for you. So the customer experience has significantly improved. The tickets have slowly started to reduce as we have started scaling the rollout of this. So these are actual impact that we are beginning to see on an everyday lives of our customers.
Wow. So yeah, I was about to ask, for some of the measurable outcomes, and you have mentioned a couple. But there's one other area that probably will interest everyone, which is, when it comes to monetization, right? So being able to provide such a service, such level of optimization, are you able to create upsell opportunities as well for ACT FiberNet, where let's say someone really needs high quality connectivity, no interruption, and so forth. So can you assure that and provide that as a premium service?
I would answer the question slightly differently. For us, our philosophy is that every customer, doesn't matter where they are, should get the best in-home experience. So we have taken a conscious call to basically roll this feature out to every single customer, regardless of their price point or what they're paying. So whatever be your requirements, you could be on a lower tier plan, mid tier plan, high tier plan, you will get some aspect of optimization available to you, depending on the customer premise and what it is able to support. So in that sense, yes, the very fact that we're improving customers' lives and experience, we are beginning to see an impact in reduction in our churn numbers, and because the experience is better. Now that obviously is tangible and monetizable, and that's happening, but that's very early stages because it's just beginning to start as we are rolling it out. Number one. The other part which I can definitely tell you is that earlier we are in a highly competitive environment in India, in the telco space, and I'm sure it's the same of everywhere across the globe. But we, over the last few months, as we have started rolling it out, the net upgrades minus downgrades has started improving. So hence, we are beginning to get more out of or more customers are beginning to upgrade. So that because they want better experience, they want higher plans, higher speeds, and overall a better confidence in our brand and our proposition.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really good because I guess, like what you pointed out, this was all triggered post MCO, where everyone has no other option except use their, connectivity to get back to, their work, their production processes and stuff like that. So having this sort of, higher quality of service optimized by, latest technologies like what you guys have brought to the market will definitely help customers, and increase the confidence that they have, to basically move some of their workloads to their home, and also, like things like work from home and all that can take off in a bigger way. So I guess that itself is a huge outcome that you guys have driven, and not just for your customers, but I guess for your future customers, and for the entire nation basically. So that's really awesome. So I guess we talked about the win, and also some of the outcomes that you guys are delivering. So is there anything else that's in the pipeline that you would like to share?
Yeah, I think we believe we are in very early stages, and we have just gotten started off. So, though ensuring that every home gets the best customer experience and Wi-Fi experience is the starting point for us. On this, we know that we want to roll out multiple features. It could be things like parental, it could support, it could be things like security, and in future, as the category evolves, something around smart homes also, because all of them basically Wi-Fi will be the core where everything happens, and we already have a network and a Wi-Fi network that is self-optimized for it. So we have got the rails in. Now, what we place on them, we are working towards. But I think these two or three things that I mentioned are in our radar.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, that sounds amazing, Ravi. So I guess, you have, given us a lot of new insights. And I suppose it's a very interesting solution, and it basically would be something that everyone needs at these times. So thank you so much for all the information and for joining us in today's podcast. And by the way, you just mentioned, podcast is one of the applications that are benefiting right now, and we are here to validate that. So good connection would mean better conversations, right? So thank you so much for sharing about all this.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me. The pleasure is all mine.
And to everyone tuning in, thank you for listening. If you want to learn more, visit www.actcorp.in and follow us for more updates and insights as we continue to uncover the latest in technology and telecommunications. See you in our next session. Bye bye.